We have common interests. Could we speak in...
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Council. So, yeah, what happened earlier, I was playing Monster Hunter World and I encountered a memory management stop code. So, yeah.
Private, please.
Hopefully it won't happen with this one.
Yes, what a score. Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Pardon?
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And I will say again that I think they should have gone with a slightly different art style for this type of game, or for the budget they had, I should say.
Remarkable.
And for that, I have a little question for you.
Because when
The
it's
agreement
off,
stipulates an aid
you
of
see that it's
50,000
off.
louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Better that way. I'm not sure if I understand.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null and void until we've gone through it together. Is that clear?
All right, you seem to know what you're doing. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its...
I think counter-revolution would be the right option. Actually, yeah, France needs a leader.
I think what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her. Someone who will restore her luster, who will propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both rebuilding the country from the inside and, at the same time, developing
Oh. Crap.
exterior relations. Someone with a vision,
It is
I think.
remarkable.
The right person still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words, and I agree. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you.
Legitimate.
I hope to work
One skill point in conviction.
with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Thoughts on the French Revolution? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Reflections
skill
on
in
the revolution in
politics.
France. Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States.
I thought that was unanimous.
And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington.
Washington is a very gifted speaker. Leave him for 5 minutes with sworn enemies and he'll convince them to be friends for life.
Right, we shall meet again tomorrow.
Ah,
All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope.
let's see. So, journal. Here we are. Let's see. Found out Washington is immune to politics. I know Bonaparte is immune to politics from the poorly handled
Until
one I
then,
did.
I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Hopefully I can find the last manuscript in this room, or... Yep. Could have searched... Well, yeah. Alternate paths. I'm glad it mentioned that. Holy crap. Okay, so... From what I've been able to glean, it's definitely important to get everything at least to level 1. Ooh, nice. Let's see. Logic has no points. Let's see. Science, subterfuge, erudition, logic, vigilance. Yeah, there we go. And there we go. I'll go with that. Jack of all trades. Let's see. 10 skills of level 1 during episode 1. Nice.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message.
Gargoyle.
Gotta find the place where all eyes size you up.
The main hall, maybe? Let's see. Parallel lives. Oh, nice. It even... Yeah, I'll go with psychology then, since that's close to it. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's the dock way down there. You know what? Oh, here we are. Probably okay, yeah, it's not quite... I was... Oh, coin. Very bold little butterflies, too.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together.
Your rope has it well, then.
Delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Waldner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, Louis. But continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Well, go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
Oh, yeah, was it a Gorgon? Was it a Gorgon or Gargoyle?
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, la Gorgon, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one in any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any
Kinda
more of
wishing
your
I'd done
time.
the
On
first
that
one
last
now,
word,
but-
then I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
I am curious whether "see you later" entered parlance at that point.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Gotta find the right key then. Another Devil's Thorn?
Circe.
Key with an occult earth symbol. So it looks like a... not a diamond.
Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing.
That's a very large portrait for it. Or a large, canvas for it.
This painting has caused some debate. Who did Dosi paint? Alcina the fairy or Circe the magician?
Hog's head.
A swine in a salon. That's an odd choice of decor.
Carmelite water.
Circe preparing wine. What better trap for Ulysses? Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world.
One point in logic.
Ulysses and Circe at the table. If I were you, Ulysses, I wouldn't drink the wine. Circe turning Ulysses' companions back into humans. The conversion of Ulysses by Gorgon. Circe changing Ulysses' companions into swines.
Okay, I'm not liking the implications here, especially given that all of these are in the salon. I mean, I might be wrong in the assumption here, but I can't shake the feeling that maybe that's, well, symbolism. And not exactly the best symbolism, given, you know, who the pigs would likely be in this situation. Oh, wow. Holy damn. Golden elixir.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Sorry about that. Needed to sneeze a couple times.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Wait, were all eyes are up? No, that can't be that oblique.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Awesome, I get to do that next time. And what was that one? Collector coins. Okay. That would be why I did it without comment. New section of the house.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of.
Okay, so I kind of
And
stumbled.
she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now? Allegory regarding the decoration of the rights of men. That's the least you could say.
The sprightly music, it's not making me uneasy, but... Oh, The Last Supper. Although I'm reasonably sure that canvas is a fair bit larger than the actual painting.
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alcudia. The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear.
Oof.
With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael.
Let's see, Gorgon.
The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Oh yeah, the Receiving the Holy Family. There's the Gorgon.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand. A painting with no name.
I'm assuming that'd be Lord Mortimer. Stand back for the time being. I'm gonna try doing this without any. Oh, wait a minute.
The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need.
Oh, nice.
The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. There's an extra line in the Latin translation. The night light was reflected in the shield and blinded the monster. So the hero with the sword seized the opportunity and cut off its head.
Oh, wait a minute. I can read it regularly, too.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Alright, so the Medusa's gaze will be on the shield. I'm not mistaken. That one will be on the Medusa. And he'll be on the shield, I believe.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Difficulty 3, so... Maybe towards the sword? Because... Yep, that way. The angle will hit the Medusa then. What am I hearing?
Whoa.
Holy hell. Okay. Whoa!
For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
I've discovered a hidden message from my mother. She explains how to find the secret room. Something must have attracted her here, so I've come to check it out. And you? What brings you here?
My, you're curious.
Let me guess.
Go on then, impress me.
You're spying on Mortimer, right?
Everyone is spying on Mortimer.
Shall I take that for a yes?
Take it as you please, but I wouldn't be surprised if all the guests were around here somewhere searching the manor. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it.
The mythical ring of the Nibelung.
Louis, do you really believe it's the ring of the legend?
You should try it on. They say if you wear it on your finger, it makes you more agreeable.
How droll. In the legend, it's a cursed ring.
You're married. Why don't you wear a wedding ring?
You mean wear something just to prove your love? Not my style.
Oh, glad I didn't make the joke then.
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box.
Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
Actually, I'd rather not open it.
You're afraid, aren't you?
Oh.
Have you ever heard of the Ark of the Covenant?
Yes.
A piece of advice. If you come across it, don't open it. You'll thank me.
Cute. The golden fleece.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
Let's see. The Thinker? Or... Either the thinker's original or just a imitation.
An unofficial gospel? We'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
I bet you've read them cover to cover.
Naturally.
Really? I'm curious. Tell me, what part stood out the most to you?
The passage where Mary says to Joseph, "Hey, you, shut up."
In other words, you haven't even opened one.
Cute.
Hey, Mortimer's the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
Oh boy. Inventory, so let's see. Erudition. What? Oh. Caesar's?
Guess what I've found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. I can just see Mortimer dressed in a toga, wearing a laurel wreath, strutting around his manor all day long.
You have a curious idea of Mortimer.
Why? He's eccentric, like all the English are, isn't he?
Well, if Peru stands for French grace, then if I were you, I wouldn't be making that sort of remark.
I'm guessing that would be Excalibur. Oh, okay, it was a collector coin on top.
Well, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
Let's see, Excalibur.
Amber.
Another coin. Oh, another amber. Awesome.
Here's something interesting.
I was looking for the
in
watch.
Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention.
How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. Maybe Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah. A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might. These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? How did Lord Mortimer get all this? It's just crazy.
Secret connections, money, or a well-kept family treasure passed on from generation to generation. Who knows?
That would mean some of Mortimer's ancestors lived before Jesus was born. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Okay, good.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
That resembles
For crying out
her.
loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Oh, wait a minute. Character. Oh, no. Invent. Here we are. Emily Hillsborough. Vulnerability to psychology.
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little.
If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact, it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say.
Awesome.
I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Is she immune to conviction? Nope, immune to logic.
I don't see us as partners for life. You won't owe me anything, you know. It doesn't commit you to anything after all.
All right, you've gone to a lot of trouble.
Awesome.
You deserve an answer. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No,
Or she.
I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is... your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even
Awesome.
knows. When it comes to getting results, you are
Intuitive. Gain 2 skill points in questioning.
I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly.
Your suspicious mind. Awesome. Let's see. Thoughts on men and society. Manipulation, psychology, politics. Let's see.
I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for 2.
Yes, you can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with 2 faces.
Oh,
Clever.
shit.
But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
And all I'm thinking of is that vision that he had where he saw her get shot.
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago.
Yeah.
The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
And he was involved, according to my vision.
My mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Oh, I didn't get to examine Excalibur.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
Trade unlocked investigation. Equip 1 extra manuscript. Can I do that now? No, I cannot.
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Actually, how did I get that one?
Same here.
I do regret not having explored a little.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do? Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth.
I'm a sucker.
How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
And holy crap, that's a lot of tattoos on her.
Well, Elizabeth, what was
Knight in shiny armor.
urgent? For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Holy. Is she performing
I
an
really need to
exorcism?
talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it. My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you it was her.
Oh, you can
She
validate
doesn't hesitate
multiple.
on her answers. She's not trembling. She's really convinced of what she's seen. Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Home? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
One glass.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay? I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
Whoa. The alcohol's
Oh no.
gone to my head.
Did she... No. Do not accept another glass.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
Fine.
Man, I need to take it easy with the booze. At this rate, I won't last the night.
Let's go easy on the drinking, okay?
I just
Alcohol
agreed.
won't solve our problems.
Ugh, the second one isn't any easier.
So, do you want to know why she did all those things to me or not? Even if it changes the image you have of her forever?
What was she trying to cure you of then?
Of the one illness she never managed to treat me for.
Come on, Elizabeth. We have to finish what we started.
Oh boy. This might have been a mistake.
I feel all dizzy.
There must have been a reason.
There we
Just
go.
Tell me. Tell me what my mother treated you for.
She wanted to silence them!
The voices
What?
in her head?
What are you talking about? Silence what?
The voices. The voices in my head. They speak to me, Louis. They've always told me what to do. They say nasty things to me.
Elizabeth, are you saying that spirits talk to you?
You're right. Sometimes there are several voices.
Awesome.
How did you know?
No, listen, I don't know anything. I'm just repeating what you said.
Yep.
They want me. Want me just for themselves. They talk to me
Am I
all
gonna
the
help with an
time.
exorcism here?
Yet your mother did everything to make them go away. Ever since I was little. And look at the result.
It's impossible, Mother. You spent your life trying to prove that the supernatural doesn't exist. Why punish this poor girl?
Oh, shit. What has she done to you?
The scars?
Oh, Louis. Are you starting to believe me?
No, but she...
Too bad it's all been for nothing. They're still there, you know.
What do you mean? They're still talking to you?
All the time. Despite everything Sarah put me through, I still hear them. And here I am on a lost island, knowing that no one knows me. And I find myself here at the exact same time as her. You see? You understand? You sense it too. I'm going to die here. I beg you, tell me you believe me.
Elizabeth, I understand your fears, but I'm convinced there has to be a rational explanation for all of this.
It would just hurt you too much to believe me, wouldn't it?
No.
No, but...
So difficult to get up in the morning and realize that you're the son of a monster.
That wasn't
I'd
what I
rather
was
not have
referring
I'd rather
to.
not have been born.
That was not what I was referring to. I was talking about the fear of dying there. I don't think that his mother being there is because of her.
My God, Elizabeth, how is this possible?
Welcome to my world, Lil Louie. Welcome to my life.
I'd say stay here. Because right now she's definitely not
Let's
in a
not
good
rush
state.
into things. You have nothing to fear here. I'm with you. And anyway, my mother's gone missing. You're not in any danger.
That's not what the voices say.
Listen to me.
And they also
Don't
are
give up.
nasty to you.
You
You
must
said
resist.
that yourself.
And tomorrow, you'll see. Things will be better.
You like my little concoction, don't you? That's rare.
What?
It no longer has any effect on me, but my guests generally don't appreciate me mixing alcohol with laudanum.
What? You put laudanum in my
Oh,
drink?
God damn it. I knew it.
In both. Don't worry, my little Louie. We'll sink down to the bottom together.
Oh man, I feel like puking. I really feel like shit.
Yep.
I gotta get back.
Don't worry, Louie. I'm here now. I'll take good care of you.
I figured.
What is this bitch gonna do to me? Don't touch me! Just leave.
Okay.
If I get up, I'll fall.
But he has to try.
Oh, little Louie's tired.
Oh no.
Leave everything to me.
Oh no. What am I gonna be missing the next day?
Just let go.
Mademoiselle, may I come in?
Inebriated. Oh, lovely. Oh! Gained a point in psychology. What? What the hell? Did she commit suicide?
My head. I shouldn't have drunk so much. Oh, shit.
Did she set me up?
Elizabeth!
Okay. Did not anticipate that. Okay.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to
Wait,
tell
what?
me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Is there any way
Without
for
your
me to
mother,
skip?
Hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What the hell happened? Character, let's see. Linguistics, logic. Erudition, maybe? Science. Do I have one for questioning, maybe? Okay. That was a hell of a cliffhanger. I can't help but think I got framed up.
Is there nothing you want to say, Louis?
It wasn't me. I didn't kill her.
I'd much rather have met you under different circumstances.
Lord Mortimer,
Feeling is
believe
mutual.
me, I'm very conscious of the gravity of the situation. Everything seems to point to me as the one who killed Elizabeth, but I swear I am innocent.
Out of respect for your mother,
Repsec.
Rest assured that I do want to believe you.
And all I want is to be able to prove it to you. When do we start?
We already have. Tell me, Louis, how do you feel?
I feel like a rat trapped in a maze.
Interesting.
I beg your pardon?
Sarah also felt like she was trapped like an animal.
Where are you going with this, my lord?
Sarah's behavior grew odd before her disappearance. Her attitude changed. She became prey to outbursts of violence and a number of temporary absences. I'm just trying to make sure that you don't go getting lost like your mother did.
You're not suggesting that I might have killed Elizabeth and that I don't remember, are you?
I don't know, Louis. It's just that what with your mother and now you, it's rather a lot. The more I take stock of the situation, the more I'm under the impression that you've been set up. But before going any further, I must inform you that Sir Gregory is about to arrive. He is coming to question you about the murder of poor Elizabeth, whom he was very fond of. He is quite determined to find the culprit, whomever they may be. So, convince him of your innocence. Then we can continue this conversation.
Lord Mortimer. Oh, finally. Let's see. Gregor. Oh. Sir Holm.
William, I would like to see you a moment before we begin. In private.
Let's step outside a moment. Louis, this will only take a few moments.
Okay. The fact that they just deposited the paperwork right in front of me prior to leaving.
All right, let's take this chance to look around.
Witness statements. Oh, I should have done it more in detail. Or read further.
Please, sit back down, Louis.
This sort of behavior is not working in your favor, young man. Monsieur de Richet, you were found standing over Miss Adams' body. We must shed some light on your responsibility in this tragedy. We shall then decide on your fate. But you must know that if you do not convince us of your innocence, it will cost you dearly.
Yeah.
Now you are going to tell us everything that happened last night, without leaving any detail out. First things first, how did your evening begin?
Duchess Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came upon us.
Oh, so you were with the Duchess?
Yes, we were talking. We were walking up the stairs, and it was late.
Where did you come from?
I don't remember. We came from the small salon, I believe, and
then?
Okay.
We were heading for our rooms when Elizabeth burst into the corridor, barely dressed. She was panic-stricken and insisted on speaking to me. So I found myself in Elizabeth's room. We sat down together. She insisted we have a drink, or she would refuse to confide in me.
What exactly did she want to speak about at such a late hour?
She was distressed. She just found out that I was Sarah de Richet's son and sort of insisted on telling me about the horrors my mother made her suffer. She was convinced she was going to die.
It turns out she wasn't wrong. And what happened next?
Then she
Laudanum.
told me she had poured laudanum in my glass. The next minute I was on the floor. When I woke up, she was lying in a pool of blood.
That is all you have to say? You expect us to believe that you have no idea what happened to her?
Yes, because I'm telling you the truth.
How can you possibly expect us to believe you?
Gregory, we must consider every possibility.
Check the glasses.
Louis, do you have any idea who could have done it?
My mother. She is missing.
Well, even if I can't believe for a single instant that my mother could have murdered someone in that manner, she might have wanted to stop Elizabeth from speaking about their mutual past. And things might have turned nasty.
It is indeed a possibility.
I would like to thank you
Awesome.
for helping us shed light on what happened last night.
Lawyer. Convince the judges of innocence over
To
Elizabeth
be
Adams.
honest, you are not the only suspect. I'm prepared to believe you were drugged. Our poor Elizabeth hid the stuff everywhere, and I could smell laudanum on you 3 yards away.
So you knew it wasn't me from the start?
We weren't sure.
Wanted to see how I handled under pressure.
Louis, I am sorry, but everything points in the same direction. I only know one person on this island who might have had a big enough grudge against Elizabeth, who has no alibi,
His
and
mother.
whose behavior is, well, suspect. Not to mention dangerous.
Tell me what happened before my arrival. I think I've been patient enough.
You don't need us for any of this. So come along, Monsieur Peru. We are leaving.
Another one with Kronos.
Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She's in hiding.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
I think a mouse.
I'd like to answer the cat, but unfortunately I'm increasingly worried that she's in fact the mouse.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I
see.
demurred.
So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first.
Yeah.
Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
As far as
We
Waterloo.
shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Isn't Bonaparte a bit young to deserve so much attention?
Well, you come straight to the point. I like that. Indeed, if you knew just how much you remind me of him. Trust me, I'll wager that Monsieur Napoleon will soon prove himself. I'm working on it, at least. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play.
He's the cat.
And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
She was looking for someone.
What do you mean?
In Paris, we were working on a smuggling case to do with occult objects. We had just arrested a dealer who intended to go to you to meet a buyer. My mother was here to find out to whom he intended to sell his stolen
Ah,
clothing.
shit.
Oh.
I tipped my hand.
What was the name of your dealer?
Van Borchet, I'm pretty sure.
The dealer was called Von Burchard. As for the buyer, he was unknown to us.
No, I don't know anything about that. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
She's wary of someone.
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she's wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Wollner, and myself.
You forget Elizabeth Adams, my lord.
That's true. But Gregory and I arranged it so that they wouldn't run into each other. I thought it had worked. Do you think that your mother felt she was in danger because of Elizabeth?
It's possible.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh,
This is probably
as
the
soon as
long
we
line
had a
of
little free
questioning,
time,
honestly.
we like to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jersey, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention
cotton
in the
gin.
United States.
The armistice between the Russians and the Turks. Russia's come out of it having officially won Crimea, which gives it direct access to the Black Sea.
And, at the same time, the Mediterranean Sea. I'm worried about the decisions Tsarina Catherine might decide to take. She's a woman who managed to get rid of her husband to accede to the upper reaches of power. Gaining access to the Mediterranean Sea remains her main objective.
Incidentally, for Catherine the Great, I would strongly recommend Extra Histories series on her. Because the way she deposed her husband was actually a bloodless coup, which is a rather surprising thing, given the time period.
When she still had that dear Potemkin as her lover, I could always find out about her intentions, but those days are over.
He was your worm.
You're speaking of Grigory Alexandrovich Potemkin?
The very man. The little devil behind the mother of all Russians. Since his death, I know absolutely nothing of what the Tsarina is up to.
Oh, really?
Ah, yes. I didn't mean to shock you. Please forgive me. Let's just say that, in my position, it is often advantageous to know about the habits and customs of world leaders.
Unless you play chess master.
I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Mother lulled my childhood with tales of the Crusades. How Richard the Lionheart and Philip Augustus had to battle it out to achieve their ends. And how Guy de Lusignan, having broken his word, launched the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Oh, I see Sarah's lessons have inspired new enthusiasts. Good on you, because not everyone can claim they know as much at your age. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Murderer in the house?
Since
Duh.
she disappeared, Your mother has been seen once.
Near the
Her
docks.
behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on. That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for?
I'm gonna have to cop to Emily on that.
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Box room?
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
What the hell's a box room? Who's the last guest?
Thank you. The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find Elizabeth first, because I'm not sure she's been informed. And I would prefer to be the one to break that particular news. If possible, anyway.
President George Washington. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
So far, nothing.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
I haven't actually met Godoy yet, I don't think. Oh yeah, Godoy is the only one. How the hell did I...
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Okay, I can't actually do it.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte. Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Yeah, the draw distance behind the shoulder is a little too close for my liking. Oh, okay, that's where, yeah. Here's the box room, presumably.
There are burnt papers in the chimney.
Was salvageable.
There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is on to us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be?
Emma, or maybe
Who
Sarah?
could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Oh, yay, honey.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
What is this disc?
Just take it. A lodestone. Let's see, not there yet.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. A fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best-known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
Kinda wish I... Actually, can I just examine the painting?
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Kinda wish there were a way to skip forward.
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Oh, coin.
The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. We'll see if it works.
Huh. Magnet. Nice.
It's open.
So, presumably she locked her... She might have come up here after having shot Emma. Although I do have to wonder, if they erased her past, how do they know which is which?
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Ah, crap, I've got... Yeah. I've got Earth.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Not a sword.
The New Testament. This volume dates from the first edition of Gutenberg. It's the first book that was ever printed. The pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible. A volume of the Gutenberg Bible. I guess I'll just come back later.
Yeah, I'll hold off. Sophistria.
It's St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
Guido Reni again.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Let's see.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Reni.
Alright, with the sword.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
St.
Man
Paul
with a
is sure
sword.
holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
Okay, what did I remember about this painting, though? Because it listed a number of... Verbally, he listed a number of the scriptures that he could be found in. So obviously I need to refer to those scriptures in this Bible, but I'm not sure where. Let's see. Oh, 11. 11, 11.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait. A note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative.
Emma.
Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
Who was the youngest apostle?
There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew. It says, count in the dust.
8.
All right, let's do it. There are finger marks.
8.
Deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. That's what the message in Hebrew spoke about. Hebrew 8. I guess I'll just come back later.
Alright, which apostle was this? Mark?
Painting of St. Mark. From
Okay.
a collection of the apostles by Guido Reni. There's nothing worth noticing here. It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
Okay.
No, nothing of value here.
Alright, Hebrew 8. And Mark.
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee and was baptized by John in Jordan.
Hebrew 8. No. 18.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they were made ready,
Theologian.
he fell into a trance. Hey, there's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner.
Okay.
I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare?
Something with the
I
occult,
must
maybe?
go beyond the nightmare.
What does she mean by that? I'm guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Bible's note. Here we are. Alright, I think it's saved here, so thank you for joining me. It's, yeah, a little after midnight right now, so I might do another thing of Monster Hunter World before bed, but I think this is a good time to break from here. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time, which probably be in the next day or two. Have a nice night.